Parents may have heard that we've had a number of cases of measles in recent weeks in Australia, and so we want to provide those parents with some information about what they need to know and what they need to look out for their children. So in the past we used to have measles circulating all the time in Australia, but now because of vaccination we don't have that anymore. But we do sometimes still have people who come to Australia who bring measles from their overseas holidays, and we get secondary cases as a result of that. Usually it takes between 7 and 18 days between someone being exposed to infection and actually coming down with any of the symptoms. Measles often starts with just a runny nose, a bit of a cough and red eyes. It usually takes a few days for a rash to start to appear. So usually measles just makes you very miserable for a number of days, but occasionally it can cause severe complications. Ear infections and pneumonia are some of the complications we see most often, and very occasionally we see encephalitis or inflammation of the brain. Measles is just about the most contagious infection that we know of. In fact, it's spread by fine little droplets in the air which can last in the environment for an hour or two after someone who's infected has been in the environment. And so it can very easily be spread on buses and in other public areas. By far the best way to protect children against measles is to get them vaccinated and to get them vaccinated on time. So all children should receive the vaccine when they're 12 months old, and they should have a second dose of the measles vaccine when they're 18 months old. It's important that you receive 2 doses of the vaccine to get full protection. So we know that a single dose of measles vaccine probably provides about 90% protection, so it's good, but it doesn't provide the 98% protection that a second dose of the vaccine provides, so all children should receive a second dose of vaccine. Most young babies are partly protected against measles from the antibodies that they receive from their mum, but those antibodies don't last for a long time, which is why it's important that babies get their first vaccine dose at 12 months and on time. If your child hasn't received any of doses of the vaccine, it's not too late to do it. They can still get their vaccine for free through the immunisation program through their GP or vaccine provider. But even if you're an adult, you should still go to see your GP and receive a dose of the vaccine. Adults who were born before 1966, almost all of those adults will have actually had measles, and so they don't need to receive a dose of vaccine. But anyone born after 1966, they should be vaccinated. Highest risk is for people who were born between 1966 and 1983, because they probably only ever received 1 dose of vaccine, so they should go to see their GP and ask for another dose.